Hi everyone, my name is Madison Temple, and I am an elephant and rhino keeper here at the Phoenix Zoo. I am lucky enough to work with two amazing animals, a greater one-horned rhinoceros named Chudi and an Asian elephant named Indu. Caring for these animals takes an awful lot of time and work, so when we get to the zoo in the morning, we say hello to them and then clean their exhibits from top to bottom to ensure that they have a nice clean area to spend their time in. After we finished, we put them out into their yards to explore and enjoy their day. Indu usually likes to eat and play with her toys. Chudi, while he does play very hard with his toys, really likes to swim and take long naps. I'm sure you've noticed, but elephants have very long trunks. They're very important to keep them healthy and happy, so we like to put her food and toys and other exciting things in difficult to reach places so that she has to work out to get to them. If you look really closely at the end of Indu's trunk, you can see that she has kind of a little pointy shape. That's called a finger, just like the fingers you have on your hands. She uses that to pick things up. She can pick something up as small as a Tic Tac or as big as a tractor tire with her trunk. Throughout the day, Indu gets about 150 pounds of food. That includes hay, pellets, fruits, and vegetables. Chudi gets about 50 pounds of hay a day, as well as a lot of carrots, zucchini, apples, and bananas. While fruits and vegetables are very healthy for the animals and for you, we also like to give the animals special treats. Here we see Indu scratching her belly on a rock after she's had a fun day of finding mustard out on her exhibit. Indu enjoys anything with lemons in it, including lemon candy. She also likes mustard, tartar sauce, and pickle relish. Indu also really loves music, and she likes to make her own music by tapping on things with her trunk. She can also make an adorable squeaking noise, a rumble, and a roar, which is very loud. Both of our animals will also come into a special barn for husbandry. Husbandry is a fancy way of saying being taken care of, so we give them both showers. Indu showers herself sometimes, and we check on their eyes and ears and feet to make sure that they're healthy and happy every day. Of course, they get a lot of snacks and treats for behaving well while we do these activities. You can see Indu has a giant tongue and 4 huge teeth. She also has 2 tiny tusks that not all female Asian elephants have, called tushes. Indu and Chudi are the best of friends. They sleep next to each other at night and say hi to each other through the walls of their exhibits. Chudi can play pretty rough with his toys, so it's best that they're not kept in the same area. Indu, like most elephants, really likes water. Here you can see her old pal Reba splashing around when the firefighters came and sprayed her with their giant fire hoses. She loved it. Every night we make sure to say goodbye to our animals and give them some extra lovins to let them know that we care. Thanks for spending the day at the Phoenix Zoo with myself, Indu, and Chudi. I will now be reading to you the book Elmer by David McKee. There once was a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall and short, fat and thin. All were different, but all were happy, and almost all were the same color. All except Elmer. Elmer was not elephant color. He was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. It was always Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Their games and jokes were always his idea. If an elephant was laughing, the cause was usually Elmer. But Elmer himself wasn't happy. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant? He thought. No wonder they laugh at me. One morning, just as the others were waking up, Elmer slipped away. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. Good morning, Elmer, they said. After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for, a large bush covered with elephant-colored berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it until the berries fell on the ground. Then Elmer lay down and rolled over on the berries, this way and that. He picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over until he was covered with berry juice. When he had finished, there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. Elmer looked like any other elephant. On his way back through the jungle, Elmer passed the other animals. Good morning, elephant, they said. When Elmer rejoined the herd, none of the other elephants noticed him. As he stood there, Elmer felt that something was wrong. But what? He looked around. Same old jungle, same old blue sky, same old rain clouds, same old elephants. The other elephants were standing absolutely still, silent, and serious. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. It made him want to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He lifted his trunk up and, at the top of his voice, shouted, "Boo!" The other elephants jumped in surprise. Elmer was helpless with laughter. Then the others began to laugh. Too bad Elmer isn't here to share the fun, they said, laughing harder and harder. And then the rain cloud burst. When the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. "Oh, Elmer," gasped an old elephant as Elmer was washed back to normal. "You've played some good jokes, but this has to be the biggest laugh of all. What would we do without you?" "We must celebrate this day every year," said another. "The day of Elmer's best joke." "And all of us elephants will decorate ourselves in his honor," said a third. "And Elmer will decorate himself elephant color." And one day each year, the elephants color themselves yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white and have a parade. If you happen to see an elephant in the Elmer's Day Parade who is an ordinary elephant color, you will know it must be Elmer.
Phoenix Zoo has great interaction with the animals. The displays are really nice. You can see the animals are not hidden back behind a bush.
I have the peacock over there.
I mean, you can hand feed some of the animals. You can just hand it to them. They take it right out of your hand with their tongue.
The Phoenix Zoo wants you to get up close, feeding, touching, even getting splashed.
Well, I really love feeding the stingrays. The exhibits are really open and very interactive. I like it.
My kid's favorite?
Oh, look.
Well, seems to be the squirrel monkeys. These little guys, they're a little nuts.
They look so cute. I mean, they're like little people.
Even more like us, I think, are the orangutans. Their facial expressions are full of emotion and communication, sometimes almost human. There are also rare and exotic animals to be found here. These Komodo dragons look like they stepped right out of a sci-fi movie.
You're a very good girl.
Sometimes keepers and animals put on a show together.
Reba's very outgoing. She was very impatient when she came over here. She started talking to us right now. She's gonna start yelling again probably. Yeah, see, she's very impatient. She likes to play this game a little bit. Open up, honey bunny. So we like to play basketball a little bit sometimes with her. Elephants do have teeth. They've got 4 teeth in their mouth. They're about the size of red bricks.
Now I want to take you behind the scenes too.
So we're gonna give her 34 milliliters of goat's milk, and then she gets a little pinch of probias, which helps with digestion. Today we are putting together one of our baby bottles for our Garanuk calf.
This baby Garna is just 2 weeks old, still too young to be seen in public.
It's not a deer. Nope, this is actually an antelope. The male of her species actually gets horns, and that's the main difference between deer and antelope is deer get antlers, which they lose once a year. Antelope get horns, which they have permanently their whole life. They are very fragile though. As you can see, her legs are extremely skinny. Before Zoo started hand raising these guys, about 1 out of 3 wouldn't make it past their first year because of leg breaks. They are very fast. They can run about 30 miles an hour. What we'll do too is when they're really little, we'll get them used to being touched. A lot of wild animals in general don't like to be touched, but if we get them used to it now, when they're older, we're able to look at their legs, we can get blood off of them, give them their vaccinations, and we can do all of that without having to anesthetize them.
For school trips and other special groups, the zoo will also sometimes bring out some animals for a closer look. There is also hard work going on here to save animals.
I have the coolest job in the world, which is helping to save endangered species, and in some cases actually helping bring them back from extinction. At the Phoenix Zoo, early on, just after we opened our doors, got involved with something called Operation Oryx. This was a really cool program to try and save the Arabian oryx from the brink of extinction. We brought some here to the Phoenix Zoo, and we started breeding them up and eventually reintroduced them back into the wild. And now, any of the oryx that exist in the wild, many of them can be traced right here from breeding here at the Phoenix Zoo.
Off limits and out of sight of visitors, another rare and threatened animal.
The Mountain Graham red squirrel is a squirrel that exists only in Arizona, no place else in the world. It's isolated in this area called Sky Island, which is a mountain range that's surrounded by desert. Mountain Graham red squirrel is endangered, they're in decline, and we're working with U.S. Fish and Wildlife to develop a pilot breeding program in hopes of augmenting that wild population, kind of doing the same thing we did years ago with the oryx to keep them from going extinct, hopefully.
So next time you're on safari at the Phoenix Zoo, I hope you'll be amazed by what you can see. And I hope you can now appreciate a little bit of what you can't see.